Alright guys, JMS Gamage here, welcome to episode 4 of the Bayern Munich crew, and I see that we kick off this episode with a transfer offer for Frank Ribery. Obviously, in the last episode, Frank Ribery actually did come to me and say he wants to leave Bayern, which was a big shot to be honest. He was playing quite well in the league, and he just came out with it, and to be honest, I did actually ask you in last episode, do we want to get rid of Frank Ribery? And you guys, the majority of you guys did say, in fact, replace Frank Ribery with the likes of El Shaarawy and Royce. But you will actually see in this episode what I actually do with Ribery. We also get a transfer for Robert Lewandowski from Chelsea. 29.5 million isn't enough in my opinion, so a difference of 60 million, which is quite a lot, and I wasn't expecting Chelsea to obviously accept that, and they didn't. They said that is far too much for a player like Lewandowski, so I wasn't very surprised there. Chelsea do come in with another offer though for Frank Ribery, 53.5 million for a 30-year-old. That's definitely a good deal. His value, according to FIFA, does in fact say he is 31 million rated, so 53.5 million is such a great deal in my opinion. I'm getting the better of the deal because Frank Ribery isn't going to play for much longer for that Chelsea side. He's obviously 30. He'll probably get another at least 3-4 seasons out, which some people may say that's a lot, but really it isn't for that price tag that Chelsea are willing to pay. I see that Man City and Real Madrid do come back with counter offers, and we actually did say to them, like with Chelsea, 60 million and it's a done deal, but Manchester City do in fact say 56.5 million, which I was a bit annoyed about because obviously we did accept the Chelsea bid, and then Manchester City and Real Madrid came in with high offers, so I was a bit annoyed with that, but 53.5 million, like I said, is still a very good deal. The player we're going in for as Frank Ribery's replacement is in fact the Italian superstar Stefan El Shaarawy, the left wing at the 20-year-old. His salary per week is only 70k, so I was quite happy about that, and we do put a 21 million bid in for him. The next player we do go in for is David Luiz. David Luiz is a player I've always admired. Obviously, I am a Chelsea fan, so I do like David Luiz, and also he's quite flexible in the positions he can play. You've got the likes of he can play centre back, probably can play right or left back, and also can play in that central of midfield. So I think when Dante actually does come back into the fold, I'll definitely put David Luiz and replace him with Thiago in that CDM position. The next we do in fact go in for is Luis Suarez of Liverpool. Luis Suarez, obviously in real life, playing unbelievable. I do believe got 29 league goals in the Premier League this season. Astonishing. Probably going to get that 30 goal mark and plus by the time that this season does in fact end. We do put a 20 million bid in plus Mario Mandzukic. Mario Mandzukic is a player that I really do like, but it's for a player like Luis Suarez. I definitely swap them around. The next player we do go in for is in fact James Rodriguez, the Colombian from AS Monaco. He's 22 years of age, and it does say his value is 12.5 million, but I know for a fact AS Monaco are definitely not going to sell him for that, and actually I did actually notice that he has recently joined them, so I actually can't sign him at the moment. As you see there, just in also talks with Luis Suarez. Barcelona are in talks with Liverpool over the transfer of Luis Suarez for 39 million, and to be honest, I'm not really willing to actually pay 39 million for Luis Suarez, so I thought I'll just leave it at that and probably go in for another striker. AC Milan do in fact reject that, and we put another 21 million bid in for Stefan El Shaarawy. The next player is in fact David Luiz, and Chelsea did in fact want 11 million. We put a 10 million bid in, they wanted 11. 1 million isn't really a big difference, but I was willing to pay that extra 1 million just for how good David Luiz is in multiple positions. I see Chelsea do in fact accept, going into contract negotiations with David, and he does get 110k with 3 years, which is a huge wage to be honest, but I'm definitely willing to pay that for the Brazilian. And the next player, AC Milan do in fact accept it, and we put a 75k a week, 4 years. We did actually not specify the role El Shaarawy will be playing, so they do in fact come back and say we want a role. His agent wants to know where El Shaarawy will be playing. Also, will he be getting regular football? Because if he isn't, obviously he's probably just going to stay at AC Milan. And I see that the contract offer was accepted from Chelsea and David Luiz. I see it is in fact contract offer declined from El Shaarawy and his agent. So we do put a crucial first team player. He's definitely going to be a crucial first team player. Obviously Frank Ribery was a crucial when he was playing left midfield, and obviously Stefan is replacement for the Frenchman. So I'm definitely going to play El Shaarawy in the majority of games, and he does in fact accept that. So we have brought 2 players in this transfer window. Probably should have brought more in, but guys, for the January transfer window. I'll definitely bring out in a few more players, so definitely leave in that comment section below when we get closer to that January transfer window your play suggestions, who I should bring in, etc. Going to the first game of this episode though, and we are going to be playing against SC Freiburg. SC Freiburg are one of the relegation favourites actually, so we're going into this game hoping we could pick up another 3 points. Like you've seen in the previous episodes, we are actually unbeaten in the league. We haven't actually lost yet, which is a great achievement. Really happy with the boys, and hopefully that can progress and hopefully move on. Maybe even get an unbeaten season, but we're not going to think that far ahead. I see there, played 4 games, won 4, and our goal difference is 13 with 12 points on the board. Already 3 points above the second place Dortmund. Mario Götze does kick us off though with a great finish in the 27th minute. He is having the season of his life so far. Yes, it's only 4 games in, but that guy in the cam position, to be honest, when I actually picked up this team, I thought Mario Götze, I was going to be swapping and changing with the likes of Thomas Müller and Toni Kroos, but Götze has definitely solidified that position for him. He's such a great cam, and he scores a lot of goals also as assisting, and we do in fact pick up a second goal in the 62nd minute from the Polish international Robert Lewandowski. I'm so glad I didn't sell him in that transfer window. We obviously got transfer offers from the likes of Chelsea, 39 million they did put in, but I'm not going to sell Lewandowski. He's my main goal scorer, and hopefully he can continue that. Actually, they're really good team play and passes through to the Dutchman, Ian Robben, to finesse shot past the Freiburg goalkeeper in the 90th minute, getting the 3rd goal of the game and sealing all 3 points. This game was really easy, to be honest, but ball from Bastian's fans through to Ian Robben. Robben was never going to miss that, and it was a great finish into the back of net. Freiburg keeper probably should have done better, but we do in fact finish this first game of this episode, and we did in fact beat SC Freiburg 3-0. Looking at the stats, 51% possession to 49%, 10 shots, 6 on target. They had 1 shot with 0 shots on target, so they really didn't trouble us in that game at all. The next game we are going to play in is in fact the opening game of the Champions Cup, the group stage, and we are at home at the Allianz Arena against Olympique Lyonnais, and we do kick that off. What a finish that is from Jerome Boateng, our centre-back maestro. He's having a great season, as well as Mario Götze. As rock at the back, 75 pace he does in fact have, so no one can get past him. Really good in those challenges, and obviously really he's a big threat at corners, defending and attacking, and he did show that with a great header past the Lyon goalkeeper to put us up 1-0. And we do go in at half-time beating Lyon 1-0. Like the objective for this cream, obviously it is to win all 3 cups, the Bundesliga, the Champions Cup and the German Cup, and we have started off all competitions really well. But what a ball it is from Mario Götze and the debutant El Shaarawy in the 74th minute, getting his first goal in Bayern colours to open his account. What a finish that was from Stefan El Shaarawy, but it was all about that ball from Mario Götze. Defence spitting, El Shaarawy through on goal, no defenders around him, and a finesse shot past the Lyon goalkeeper to put us up 2-0, and we did in fact beat Lyon 2-0 in the opening game of the Champions Cup, so that's great. That's a great start to that competition. This was episode 4 of the Bayern Munich Career Mode. If you did in fact enjoy this, definitely like, comment, subscribe for more daily FIFA content.